Alright, this is my car. It's a 94 Z28. I just did the front end on it to make it look like it was 2000-ish SS. But, anyways, this is about the taking the hard top off and putting the T-tops on. And, I was just gonna do a little bit more, like, in detail, like, non-picture fucking type thing to show exactly what I did. And I'm just gonna go step by step, like, because I'm not done yet. I'm just gonna do it in parts. So what you have to do is, obviously, you can either get the factory piece for the roof here, whatever you want to call these things. I just call it the roof. And you can either put the actual fucking T-top one on it, or you can cut it, which mine's kind of junky anyways. The paint was peeling over there, and for whatever the hell reason, there was a hole in the center of it. Like, somebody put a fucking light on it or something. I don't know. But, I just cut mine off, and, like, you kind of want to cut it. There, you can see, like, obviously I'm going to, like, smooth it out more and, like, probably shorten it up just a tad because I nicked it right there, and a couple other spots is a little off. But you're going to want to cut it about to where it's at, like, where I cut it. I left it a little longer, went back and cut it again, which was kind of a bad idea because, like, I had fucking fiberglass everywhere. And, like, when I was trying to cut this over here, I nicked it. So I'm going to have to go pretty short there, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to wrap it really quick because I don't feel like painting it because I got tired of painting everything. And, like, I painted the fucking quarter panels and painted the fenders and the hood and the front bumper. And I'm just kind of over breathing in all the fucking paint. You know? And whoever says you can't paint something with just a little fucking shitty air compressor is retarded. You have more than enough pressure to fucking paint something. Fuck, I used a, I don't know where the fuck it's at now, but, oh. I got this from Walmart for $40, like, 10 years ago. And, it works great. Just a gravity-fed fucking, like, I think it's a Campbell Hausfield. Just paint gun. And, obviously I just use Motor City paint and clear coat and, well, actually Autobahn paint and Motor City clear coat, and I used their primer, but the primer was fucking garbage, so. But anyways, I'll show you, like, about where you're going to want to cut everything out. I cut a chunk out, like, it was about, like, 18 inches-ish. But you can see in there, you need that. Like, this lip right here to put your locks in, or your brackets for the locks, so you don't want to cut too far back. But I just cut to the tack weld right here and cut back, which obviously I'll trim more of that off and everything. And same for this one. There's where you need to be. And I cut, it's probably about, let's see, about an inch and a half-ish. Maybe an inch and a quarter I have left there. It doesn't need to be perfect as long as you just cut the chunk out and then you can see where you need to go. Don't cut in too far, though, because if you fucking cut into this and you cut into those, you're going to have a real issue. You're just going to fuck everything up. So as long as you just cut it shorter instead of longer, you'll be fine. But this is what this side looked like. And this is just going to be like part one. And with this, you need to cut along here and then cut along here. And cut like a gap. You're going to peel this off right here. I just used a chisel. And you're going to take it off to right there. I can show you on the other side here because, like, that's just a piece that you're not going to need to use. As you can see right here. You can see where where it was. Kinda. There's a cover that goes over top of this for the most part, and you just chisel it off. But see, I kind of beat mine up a little bit because I was trying to bend the metal, but there's actually some tack welds down there. You can't really see that. There you go. But I just chiseled those off and kind of ground it down. That doesn't have to be too important. There's like 2 tack welds right here. 2 or 3, I think. chiseled that off, but this is pretty flimsy, so you don't want to mess it up. And if I remember right, yeah, there's a lip just like this. You cut that off. And you can see like where the cutting marks are here. You're going to have to cut along here and here a slice out. You're going to remove this for this section, and then you're also going to cut into this too. But really, we're just going to focus on this side. Like, I beat mine up in there, like, with a little fucking ball peen hammer and a bigger hammer. Because I'm just going to go over that with JB Weldon. Like, they show to put a rivet in here to hold this down, but I really honestly don't think that's going to move anytime soon. I'll probably rivet it anyways, just because, like, other people did it, you know, but I think it might be unnecessary. But I'm just going to fucking go over all this with some JB Weld to seal it up. Especially, like, right up in there, because I feel like water will get in there and then drain all the way down and rust everything out. But I'm probably not going to have the car long enough to fucking give a shit about that. But yeah, you just the first thing I'd recommend doing is taking your headliner out. If you got a good headliner, try to fucking keep it, but most of them just go to hell anyways. They're all soggy and fucking brittle as can be. But I threw mine out in the fucking yard. But take the headliner out first, cut the roof off, follow that line. You'll be able to pull this out and leave your insulate, or your fucking, I guess you could call it insulation for the window. And it should just pop out pretty easy. I pried mine out with a little tiny miniature crowbar and a long screwdriver. But you can see here, I removed this. This is just it's like a little angle, like a fucking 90-degree angle almost. And this just pops right off. You chisel it right off. I can't remember if I cut it in the back or not. I think it's just I think I did cut it. I cut it right down the back here. And then cut it off this way, I think. Or there's a little lip here. It just peels off for the most part. Anyways, you got to cut down this way. Remove this piece. And you'll end up with this boxed in piece. And then you just fold it back for the most part to create your little edge. You can see in there. I'll probably take a video of me doing this side. It's really self-explanatory. All you do is cut it down, and then you can cut it across. And just cut this off. Or it actually peels off, I mean. But what you're going for is that side over here for it to look just like that. This is, like I said, this is just going to be part one. I'll show you the cut marks I do on the other side and in the other video, but really, I cut this along to here. This was out to right there, pretty much. And I still shaved some off, but I folded it up. So you just cut along there. Trim this down, because I think this was sticking up, or it's like, it was one piece, I think it folded over, if I remember right. I think it goes, let me go look at that other side real quick. I think it was one piece and I cut it out. And I beat it over. Yeah. It's like, it's got that arc on it, like the little bend. You'll have to just cut it down, and you cut a little chunk out. So it like gives it a breakaway there, so you can actually bend the metal. It's very, very simple. Like once you start doing it, if you're doing it, like you'll get the gist of it. This was sticking up high, and then bent down. So I just cut that off out of the little boxed in part, and I cut like I guess a little triangle. I guess it was obviously closer. It was like right to here to where I could get the grinder in. But then I beat that all back. I beat it back further than I should have, but I didn't like how other people were doing it. I want it to be like sealed. So it's very, very self-explanatory. The same thing will happen with this. You can see how it's just very like pussily on there. Like you can almost peel it off, but that'll come off of that. And the same scenario pretty much. You just beat this down or you can cut it down, whatever. I would just hit it with a fucking hammer and then fold it over. So you have a lip that goes to like right about here-ish or to where this crease is at. But I might come out here later today and show you on that other side, just so like you can get the logistics, so you can see where my cut marks are on that and like how I get to this point. But that is what you're aiming for the most part. It's very simple, like an idiot could figure it out. But I will show you guys every little step so it's a lot easier to understand in the clarity, because I find it very hard to look at these fucking pictures and understand when they skip shit how the fuck somebody got to that point. You know what I mean? But I'll show you guys with this side so you can get the gist of how I got that side. Alright, later.